Hey guys, I'm back for another video review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Stratoforce and Centaurus Megazords from Power Rangers Lost Galaxy. Now, a little interesting thing about these two, they were lost Galactic Beasts. Well, them and the Zenith Carrier Sword, but I don't have him with me, so whatever. Anyways, these two were found by Deviat and pretty much made evil. Until, what was it? The next episode later, when they were being controlled by a monster named Artichoke, kind of a artichoke-based monster, they ended up becoming good. All three of them, to be precise. And they would continue to help out the Rangers and their other Galactic Beasts until they were pretty much killed by Stingwinger suicide bombers towards the end of the series. So, let's start out with the Stratoforce. I got the Zords right here. This is S1, as you're supposed to call it. You can already tell it's the main body of the Megazord. And that's pretty much it. There's not really much to do. His antenna is bent a little bit, but that's only from being in storage for many years, so not much you can do. So let's set them to the side. Next we have S2. I don't know what you would call this thing, but whatever, it's interesting. Oh, and you can also store the helmet back here. I don't know if you can see that, but there are two little slots where you can place the two little tabs on the back of the helmet. So we can just move that aside. Next we've got S3. Very sleek jet. Big gray wings. Let's put that to the side. Not really much we can do. S4. A tiny thing. Don't know what you can call it. It's got a big fin on top of it, so probably just call it a Shark Zord. And then here's S5. Apparently, these two are off a little bit when it comes to numbers, but oh well. Doesn't matter. He's also the twin. There's a little bit of a chip on this wing that makes it loose when folding up and down. So it's a little bit of a problem, but I'm going to be selling these anyways, so don't really care. And that's pretty much it for them. To combine them, they actually had a little interesting, intricate way of doing this. They would all line up in flight as follows. S4 in front, S1 behind it, S2 behind it, and then these two next to each other side by side, with S3 being on this side, S3 being on this side, and S5 being on that side. And pretty much this is as follows. They would all transform their certain ways. For this one, you just fold down the fin, split it in half, fold these gray pieces up, and just split the whole thing. It's on a die-cast track, so it's pretty interesting. Then you take this thing, and I believe in the show, well, first of all, you gotta rotate these around to show the fists. There you go. And then you gotta, it would rotate like this, as if it were folding backwards. So put that to the side. Next with this one, you just take the helmet off, set that to the side, fold this gray bit out and around, and just split these they split a little bit. Then you take these, just push them in, take the rails, fold them like that, and then take this piece right here, pushes that out of the way so that it tabs in, and it also locks these two black pieces and the rails into place. So we'll just set that down there. And then, last but not least, these two. They pretty much transform the same. Like that, and like that. Now, after they transform, they rotate like that. And then the combination can begin. Stick this in here, and we're going to flip that upside down. Because remember, they're still in flight. Now you take this, going to push up the head. It's got a head. I'm going to take this thing, take the gap, put it over the head, and then tab it into place. Like that. And then of course the helmet, the Phoenix helmet fold, it slides into place. Like that. And then the combination pretty much just ends with these two pieces flying and they tab in together like that. And there you got the Stratoforce Megazord. Pretty nifty thing. You could argue that it has ankle movements, but whatever. As for the rest of articulation, arms rotate a full 360. And then the fists actually do rotate. So that's something. But other than that, the rest of it is no. And then we got a boomerang here. Comes with a boomerang. Just stick it in there like that, and he's done. That's the Stratoforce Megazord. So we'll set that to the side. Next, we have the C1 Zord. Very interesting. It's got a cannon on top. Set that there. Then we have C2. Very interesting. It's got claws on top, antenna. I'll set that to the side. Then we got the long one, C3. And there's the helmet. This design is actually pretty funky looking, but it'll serve its purpose later on, so set that to the side. C4, the little one. A very nice looking roadster. Set that to the side. And then this one. You can tell what these guys make. This is C5. So then we set that to the side. Now, transformation is pretty much just the same, only I'm not going to have enough room, so I'll pretty much set this on top. That's going to be, I'm going to set that right there on my laptop. See? I'm not going anywhere. I'll reposition my camera later. And we'll take these. C2 over there, C1 over there, C5 over there, and C4 in the front. And it would all combine pretty much the same way as the Stratoforce would. Only this time, it's got a little, it's got some bonus things, and we'll take a look at those later. So, I'm going to take this part off of C4, turn these around, flip out this little red tab here, and then extend that, rotate this, very nice looking robot head, set that down. This guy, take off the blasters, set those to the side. Now we're going to split this, fold out the tabs, and then rotate these. They're going to be the fists. I'm going to set those like that. Next, this is a pretty easy transformation. Just take this off, rotate it sideways, done. Next, C2, you just take these two claws off, fold down these antennae, fold up this red piece from the back, and he's done. Now we're going to take the red Zord, take this whole assembly off, this whole black piece with the helmet, set that to the side, but we'll keep the helmet up here. Fold this in, separate these, put them to the sides, and we'll just set that there for now. Now, combination is as follows. These two combine like that. The arms will peg in like this, into the front and back of C1. And then this thing, we'll take the head, just plug it in on top, and then this little part right here will tab right there. Then we'll take the helmet, slide it on like that. Now we'll bring in C3 again. We'll put the whole assembly in there like that. And then last but not least, fold the whole thing up, and he's done. This is the Centaurus Megazord. Articulation-wise, pretty much head can rotate, which is actually nice. Nice to see that we have head articulation. Arms can rotate 360, and the hands can rotate 360, but that's pretty much about it. Now he does have a weapon. First, take this whole black piece right here. Take this dome from C1, and then we'll put it on the top of this round part of the C3 part. Take the claws from C2. There's a hole right here. You probably couldn't see it, but just stick it like that. Do the same for the other side. Now take the cannons. You can see that there's two holes right here. Now, the interesting thing about these tabs is that they are positioned differently. So this one is positioned more into the front, so it doesn't matter which side you put them in, but they'll always go into whatever hole is closest to them. So this one is the farther back one, and it's gonna tab into there, and the claws clip onto this little rod. So then there's that, and then take this bottom piece, tap it onto the bottom, put the gun in his hand, and he's done. So now for a quick size comparison. As you can see, they're practically about the same size, except this guy's a little shorter. But yeah, that's pretty much it for these guys. I'm going to be selling them, maybe on eBay or at a garage sale. But I'll probably just get new ones if I feel like it. If you see these guys on eBay, I highly recommend these guys. And if you do get them, get both of them. They're good, but they're even better when you have the full set. So until next time, I'll see you around.